So, welcome, Dennis, and thanks for coming on the show and your interest in
Sure.
coming on. And RTA marketing. Now, in the kitchen business, RTA is ready to assemble. Those are ready to assemble cabinetry. So,
We changed it. Yeah, I read it advertised. So this is what
yeah,
we're doing.
RTA marketing. It's like ready to assemble cabinetry. So, yeah. Tell us what how did you get started? What was your background, and how did you start, and when did you start this RTA marketing, and what was your motivation?
Sure. We are RT Marketing. I'm the owner of RT Marketing that we are serving our clients in kitchen and bath industry in the United States. Well, we are also a business strategic partner, industry partner with NKBA. And how we started is I'm actually a former kitchen designer. I started my marketing career as a kitchen designer. And well, it was back in 2013. I was designing kitchens. I was working in a really small showroom in New Jersey. And then, yeah, in New Jersey, in Bronx, in Westchester County, I work in different places. Every time that I was working there was the only question. There was we getting some leads from our websites, and we are getting back to those leads. We try to bring those people to our showroom to sell more kitchen cabinets and countertops, right?
Right.
And my boss just told me, okay, Dennis, you know what? He was my manager at that moment of time. He just told me, Dennis, you know what? Go there, try to learn how to bring more and more leads online, and I'm going to pay you extra commission. I said, that's a good deal. All right, of course I'm going to do that. That's
Right.
how I got started learning about online marketing. I started learning it organically. Then along the way, I got my MBA from Montclair State University here in New Jersey, and I was even paying my MBA tuition selling kitchen cabinets and countertops. That was really kind of really nice. That I really like that when I'm saying this, and yeah, that was my MBA was focused on digital marketing, and then yeah, we partnered with NKBA, and then also. I'm meeting with different industry partners just like you here as a group, like a big Facebook group that you have here. That I attend speaking events, or I have my own webinars too. That I put webinars every month discussing a different topic. Like last time we talked about better SEO practices. The one before that we talk about Google My Business, how to best practice about Google My Business, and different topics that we cover. We cover every single time that we cover a different topic. So that's what we do. Usually, we are helping kitchen and bath customers to get their online marketing right because I have a lot of data, Alison.
Mm-hmm.
What gives you the power in 2020 is just looking at the data and having a better understanding how to use that data. So that's what I believe, that I can have a look at the data, and that I create a custom strategy for anyone, for any kitchen and bath business in the market. Yeah, the problem here is I don't really kind of really good at working with different type of people. For example, any different type of home services, just because my background is kitchen and bath, and I work with kitchen and bath companies. I know how our final customer behaves when they are purchasing, and all the things that we design is just for kitchen and bath. There is like most of the time I have different people coming and asking us help. Let's say plumbers are coming and asking for help, or chiropractors or dentists, they're asking for help. We don't really know how to help because we really know one thing really good. It's just kitchen and bath. And we pretty much know every single market, and we are just looking at the data really closely to understand how to market, and how to put your brand in front of the customer, to the right people at the right time. That's the definition of correct marketing, and
How
that's
to
what
put
we
your
do.
brand, how to put your brand
In front of the right people, right? That's a million
in
dollar question. Let me talk
front
about that.
of the right people.
Yes,
How do you determine who are the right people? Is
that's
there
that.
a market? Is there like an analysis or?
Yes, that's a great question, Alison. Look, also it's a million dollar question. Listen, that's a problem to solve, right? Uh, in order to
Yes. Who is
Yeah,
you? It's like when I was with my coach and she said, "Who's your ideal client?" It's the same
yes,
idea.
same thing.
So continue.
Exactly.
How do you determine who's your ideal client or who to put the information into? Is there a rhythm? Is there a calculation?
Yes, for example, well, it's for business to business transaction, business to customer transactions are different. We gotta those are apple and orange. For example, if you're talking about a business to business, like RTA marketing or your design academy, right? Uh, we are talking to business owners, right? This
Right.
is not, we are not talking to the homeowners, not the end users. We are talking to business owners. This is different. Or if you're just talking to right now, our Facebook group audience, they are most of they are the business owners, like the kitchen and bath showroom owners, or like they are individual designers, right? Or we
Mm-hmm.
have cabinet manufacturers here, maybe. They all these designers and showroom owners, they are talking to the end users, like it's a business B2C transaction. Yeah, let's talk about the how to reach the end user for our showrooms and designers. So here there are like different elements that we need to talk about. For example, let's start with your website, right? Your website is your hub, and it's like your kitchen at home, because everyone meets at the kitchen, right? When they go to sleep, they go to your own room, but everyone meets in the kitchen. It's the same thing. Your website, when you're looking at your online marketing, your website is your kitchen.
It's like a kitchen. I like that analysis. I can relate to that.
Exactly. Yes, your website is your kitchen. So that's why that's how cook everything and how feed people.
Okay.
And so your website is the very first thing that you need to pay attention when you're starting your online marketing for homeowners. Let's say for
Okay.
the business to customer transaction, we're talking homeowners here. That's really important. Your website is really important. What is important for the website? For example, can your website convert? When I mean convert, it means conversion. It means when people visit your website, can you let people to react something, or let's say they really want to contact with you, or they just want to come to your website and look at the first page and just it's going to bounce back. You don't want this. You want
Okay.
people to give information, they will consume that information, and they will contact you for your offering. If you're a kitchen and bath showroom, if you have like your really nice shaker cabinets and different cabinets, really nice crown moldings on the top, when you show this up and when people see this, they really need to say, I want this.
Right.
There is a really uh, important thing that you need to consider when you are looking at your website. 80/20 rule. 80/20
80
rule.
20.
Yes.
80 20.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh. What does that mean?
That means it's called Pareto, but 80/20 means in your website, 80% of your visitors will only see the 20% of your website.
Okay.
All right. So if you pay
What do you
attention
mean?
to the
What do you mean?
detail,
They
what I
say,
mean, what I mean is only just giving a really nice optimization to 20% of your website, 20% of your website, you can serve 80% of your people.
okay.
So the remaining 20% of the people, they will go deep, they will dig your website, they will just try to get more information. But in order to proceed for the progress, you should consider 80/20 rule. And you don't really need to, you don't need to make everything perfect to start with. Just talking to people who are just starting their business here. If you're building their websites, think about 80/20 rule, and do not try to build everything in that the best way. Do not try to do that, because if you're a perfectionist, you cannot progress.
Right, right,
In
right,
order to
right.
progress, you need to eliminate that 20%. Of course, you're going to go there. You're going to make your website 100% look good, of course. But
Right.
when you're starting something, when you're starting something, keep it in the 20% of your website. Just focus there.
Okay.
So that's that 20 rule. Actually, we apply almost everywhere. Almost everywhere. And you can see that in different industries use 80-20 rule for, let's say, for customer service, they would say 80% of the customer complaint is going to come from the 20% of the products. You know,
Okay.
so this is it's a good way to think, rethink everything.
I know, and that's why you need to really like when I started out, I was doing a lot by myself and I did set up my own website just to get something up there. And you don't have to be concerned with everything being 100% perfect because, first of all, there's no such thing as 100% perfect. And when you get it done, you're going to want to redo it again anyway in a couple of years. So you have to figure out, you don't want to invest too much time, but you want to, and then perhaps when, like for me, I started out with all of the things on my own. I don't know anything about this 80-20. I just know that I want it to look good and tell people what I want them to tell. And, I did it basic. There's probably lots of mistakes and whatever. But, I never heard of this heat map. You have your SEO. What I've found out is that there's just way too much to know and
Yeah.
you have to outsource this. But the key is to know a little bit about it and do some of it yourself before you outsource it, because you want to make sure that you understand what's going on. This to me is a very difficult to understand. I have a hard time grasping this marketing and this heat map and all, scraping. It's a whole nother world out there. And what's great about the virtual world that we're in, like now, like you're in New Jersey and I'm over here and we're having a conversation. I'm learning about what you do and people around us are learning what you do and learning about me. And this is just an amazing time to be in business and creating and growing, and the internet, seeing how everything is growing. And I have finally just, I'm ready now after 3 years to get it all done professionally. I kind of winged my own logo. I'm a designer, I'm a creative, I can do a lot of creative things. I'm multi-talented. It's the way God made me. So,
Right.
but I can't don't ask me to do your accounting or to do your website and do any kind of heat mapping.
Yeah.
So
Well, exactly.
there's so much available now, and the whole marketing that I started my business 20 years ago when I had to do my own advertising, it was print advertising. It was not all this digital, and there's so much to know and understand. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And so anyway, let's get back to this scraping and heating.
Listen, let me add something. Let me add something. You know why this is getting a little more and more complicated every day, for especially for online marketing, is the answer is really simple, because search engines, let's say Google, is getting smarter every day. And smart systems, if you want to work with smart systems such as Google, if you want to, let's say, list your website and rank your website higher, you do-it-yourself projects will not work anymore, because your competitors also may be working with experts.
Yeah.
They are just investing their dollars and they're trying to rank higher. And experts are just, they test Google algorithms. Again, Google algorithms, like, let's say, there are two things that you can really know: Coca-Cola formula and Google algorithm in the world. Those are like, that really, really important information that they're not going to reveal. And
Okay.
we test
Mm-hmm.
with our tools,
Mm-hmm.
and we use the tools who are giving us the best kind of model, who can understand the Google algorithm when they change it. Google, also other search engines, are changing. They are getting smarter with the all artificial intelligence models, working models and everything. And in the future, it's even going to get worse, but I mean, there's going to get more, they're going to get smarter and smarter, just because they consider one thing. They just care about one thing, giving their searchers the best experience.
Right.
The
Right.
best experience.
Well,
So
it's Google. I say Google, it's a noun and a verb. You're going to
yes,
Google it, it's a noun, a verb. You Google it, and then it's a
Google
noun.
it.
Google.
Yeah, yep. They're getting smarter, and experts are just handling the all these kind of things that is going to need for your website and your online marketing, your advertisement, social media approach. Also, we are just talking about Google's, but Facebook is another smart system. There is like so many different smart systems that you need to deal with.
Yeah.
And do-it-yourself projects are uh, getting less and less effective every day, since the competition is uh, getting more, and there was strong competition in your area. Maybe that if you don't have a really strong competition, maybe you will be lucky. But if you believe that, for talking to our showroom owners or designers, if you believe that you have a really kind of a different competitor trying to rank higher, and they're putting some sort of additional strategies in place,
Wow.
you need to do better than that. You don't really necessarily need to see how to work with Google. You need to do a little bit better than your competitors, and then you can get rank higher. That's the secret formula to get rank higher when you're talking about those search engines.
So basically, you're telling me that to do it yourself and get started with it is becoming harder and harder because of all the Google search engines.
It
You
is, but I
started,
don't say this is effective.
started
But I don't
it,
say this is not effective.
it's better than
Yeah,
nothing, right? It's better than nothing. I think put it up there, get it started.
exactly.
Don't be afraid. Just launch it and then go from there. Tweak it, improve on it, make it better, change it. I don't think we ever stop working on our website and posting, and it's become such a wheel of motion. It's moving faster and faster and
Keep you
faster.
motivated.
It's what?
Keep you motivated. Of course,
Keep
you
you
need to.
motivated. Never
Of course,
stale.
definitely.
You have to keep changing, making everything interesting and new content so that the Google searches you, and all SEO. Oh my God.
It's a lot of things. Right now, Google is just talking about the really kind of artificial intelligence systems, and the things that we need to talk in next 5 years is going to be totally different than we are talking right now, because it was different 5 years ago. So that is going to
How often do you How often do they change their analytics? Because you hear them always the Google Analytics or Google their
algorithms there. Yeah,
algorithms. How
yeah.
often do they change these algorithms?
There are two things. Sometimes they change it and no one knows, and sometimes they just officially announce that they changed the algorithm. And I remember the last one that I remember is the bird update came from 2018 or something. I remember possum, penguin. Those updates were, let's say, starting from 2000s, right?
Okay.
Uh, there are like maybe 20, 22, or maybe 25 major updates in the last 20 years. It's
Okay.
almost more than a year. Look,
Right.
and it's changing almost every year. And I feel like I starting my career every day from scratch, just because the things that you are doing a couple of months ago may not work well today. So
Crazy.
especially for something that if you're spending Google Ads dollars, right? Google Ads dollars. That's something that you really need to be really careful, because I have clients that are spending thousands of dollars on Google Ads, and I cannot even let them waste their even single penny. I need to be on top of it. I need to know what is coming. I need to be really proactive and understand the systems. And then if there will be a change, I need to go with the baby steps after the change to understand, how the system behaves. So it's like a kind of a different things that we always need to consider when you are talking your online marketing as a whole. But yeah, this is always dynamic. This is always changing, always changing. For example, if I tell you sharing on social media, sharing on social media will give you less and less authority over the years, because in last 5 years, Google Signals is just not kind of paying attention to social media anymore that much, and like 5 years before, 5 years ago. That is changing. Just because,
But
yeah,
so
listen, Alison,
I would think,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, listen, let's say you have an establishment here, you have a company here, right? You have a big company here, right? There's a small company there in the corner. This guy posts thousands Facebook and Instagram posts in a day, and you have maybe one or two. So who's going to give the best experience to Google when they are searching for something? That little guy,
Right,
maybe 100 square foot kind of a showroom, or that
right.
big guy. So think about it in that way.
Okay.
Quality over quantity. That's the thing. That's why that social media that I see is still effective. It's still good, especially if you're like using the correct on Instagram. If you're using the correct hashtags and correct mentions, if it's really effective. But
A pound sign. It used to be a pound sign.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's so
So
much that goes into those hashtags. I for the longest time, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't quite understand. I do, but I don't. And so those hashtags, like how they pick up and where they go and what they do and what they mean, it's overwhelming.
yeah, yeah. Let me talk about a little more about Facebook and Instagram then, since we are talking
Okay.
about it. Yeah, well, that's really effective when you're posting on social media. It's really good because it's going to give you some sort of self motivation. Because it's like you're a musician. It's another analogy. You're a musician. You are composing a song, right? You put it there. You want to share it, right? That's great. Exactly the same thing. You design a kitchen. You want to share it. The real photos, before and after photos, everything that really want to share it. That's really kind of, it's a good way to motivate yourself
Okay.
for your own career.
True.
And other side, on the other hand, social media, those big guys, Facebook and Instagram, they are changing their way to distribute your post. Let's say 3 years ago, a post can reach more and more people. For business posts, I'm talking about a business post,
Hmm.
can reach more and more people on Facebook. Right now, it's really limited. The reason why, because Facebook wants you to pay Facebook, and they will put you up there only if you pay to these guys.
Well, at the end of the day, isn't it always all about the money?
Yeah, well, just because unfortunately, that is, as a marketer, I could say you that is, it's not about the money, it's also how you spend that money as well.
Well, yeah, that's true because you got to really think about how you're investing in your business. Like you invest in a kitchen project and a bathroom project because it's a long-term investment. You're investing in your website, investing in your Google search ads and all the other things because, well, like everything else, it takes money to make money. And at the end of the day, it's always about the money, honey.
Yeah, that's right. And you need to be really careful when you're spending this money.
It
So
cost me $80 with a stupid cat. I don't even know this cat. I have no idea where this cat is. How cute is it staying on my lap? I might have just adopted a cat.
yeah,
I'm going to say something
sure.
about the money. I'm just going to say this. A friend of mine, a fellow designer, we as interior designers and kitchen and bath designers, a lot of times in the industry, we give away free information. And our expertise is our knowledge and our skill. and also what we know, who we know. But I keep having this conversation with this girl about upping her design fee. She's a kitchen design specialist. She has a showroom. And also she went to someone's house and consulted with them. And her hourly fee was $150. And
Which
she's
is
thinking
reasonable.
it's a lot. Okay. She's thinking that's a lot. Okay, I'm looking for a lamp for my den. I want one of those, whatever, a nice lamp with the pull chain. You know how much a lamp is? $157. So I say, are you worth the price of a lamp? Stop undercharging yourself, because a lamp is $150 and people will buy it. I'm going to buy it. I'm not, there are light fixtures for thousands of dollars. So are you worth the same that a lamp is? You're worth more. So charge more money. But the money is incredible how expensive everything is. And people, like with a kitchen, they're like, oh, I don't want, how much are the cabinets? And it's like, don't you understand this is a long-term investment? It's going to cost you a lot of money, but you get what you pay for. And if you're a designer, you shouldn't be considered yourself the price of a lamp. You need to price yourself accordingly. Just had to put that out there. I thought about that when you were saying it.
That is correct. I got that question a lot. Sometimes designers are asking me, is that a good way to put an Upwork charge for the design? Of course, that's your intellectual property, right? That question also came when we started Zoom meetings with the clients, just because sharing something on Zoom is really easy to take it from there and copy and go there somewhere else with the same ideas. And that's going to be, it's not like your office type of roundtable meeting type of thing. It's a little different when you're doing on Zoom. And yes, you shouldn't underestimate your expertise, or undervalue your expertise. And that's really important. Every time they're asking me, should we need to charge? Of course, you are putting a really kind of you're just putting that design over there, like in maybe 30 minutes. It's not like a 30 minutes, it's 30 years plus 30 minutes.
Right, exactly. Right.
So that's always, that you need to consider. It's really easy for you, but it's a big thing for the customers that you're talking to. It's a big thing. That design is really important, and we shouldn't really waste it. Or adjusting the price could be a kind of a thing here, because it's your competition will be there again. If everyone is charging 150 and you're trying to charge 500, probably you will get less people walking in.
It is, but I think that designers in general have a hard time pricing themselves and feeling that they're worth that kind of a price. And they're thinking $75, $80, $100. And then I just thought about that with the lamp, how much the lamp was. And I was like, you cost the price of a lamp. Like, I'm going to buy the lamp. I'll buy the lamp. Like, you people, and also adjusting the price. If you go to say, like, okay, we're going to adjust the price on your kitchen cabinetry, you get what you pay for. So you say, okay, listen, you're going to get cabinet A. It's made of particle board. It has a cheap frame, cheap corner blocks, no options. So if you're going to have a website or marketing plan and you've got a low marketing budget, you can't expect the same results if you have a higher marketing budget. Like if you have a low kitchen or bathroom remodel, you will not get the same results as a higher end custom bathroom or kitchen. It's a no-brainer. So if you have a less expensive background for your website and your marketing plan, it follows suit. It's paired up. The results equal how much money and how much time you're willing to put into it. So the budget is always the factor. Well, in everything, it's always the factor. The budget is always the factor. But in a kitchen, you can make the price go up. You could say, well, if you want dovetail, it's this. But if you want it to price down, you got to have a metal drawer box or something like that.
Exactly.
So how expensive is marketing? Like,
Exactly. That's a really good question.
How expensive?
There is one metric that we look at to understand how expensive that is. So there is good thing and bad thing about our kitchen and bath industry, about marketing kitchen and bath companies. So how expensive that is for example, talking about let's say a designer, they are going to put a design in place, or talking about a dealer, kitchen cabinet dealer, they're going to sell a design and the cabinets to the person, right? Here, it comes to one thing. It's not like your cost per click. It's not like your, how many phone calls you get. It's not like how many appointments you get. It's all about how much money you spend in order to get the first customer. How much money you spent, and how much money you made out of that customer. What is the profit there? Then take that first example, scale it to 20. How much money you spent to get 20 customers, and how much profit that you get from that 20 customers or clients.
Okay.
So that how much money, I can tell you as a marketer, is a different answer is in every single different states. In Florida, we charge, it's like, let's say it's $125 per appointment. Just giving you some my kind of conversion rates and everything.
Okay.
115 or something, like $115 per appointment. And my clients have usually like a 25 to 30% close rates. It means let's talk about round numbers here, 125 per appointment, and 4 clients that you need to make one sale, you need to spend $500 to bring one person and sell one set of kitchen countertop or whatever, or just your design as a designer. Okay. So $500 you spend there, and then you will see how much money you made out of. If it's a big project, of course, that is going to affect the quality of the person that is coming to you. That's the quality of the person. Well, here we use some sort of filters for the Google ads, and you don't have filters for the SEO, but also for Facebook. We use some filters especially for the Google ads. We use negative keywords. That I'm going to talk about those negative keywords on my webinar. Oh. Negative keywords, right? So those negative keywords will help you to filter down the people, and it will allow you to just eliminate all other people who's not really relevant to your business, and it will help you to reach the correct people in the shortest amount of time. So when people walk in, you will see that it's not going to be someone looking for like an old cabinetry for their rental unit.
Right.
So they will walk in, they have a nice L-shaped or U-shaped kitchen with a peninsula or with an island in front of it, right? With a nice countertop area, with probably 42-inch cabinets with a nice crown molding on the top, maybe. We are talking about $50,000 right now.
Right.
So then when you charge your customer $50,000, then you're going to look at your profit.
What's your
profit? Business, how you run your business is going to affect your profit. Mm-hmm. So your profit, let's say you're at 30% profit there, right? So that $50,000 will turn to $15,000 profit. Now here is the answer of your question. We spent $500 and we got $15,000. This is our return on our investment.
Okay.
So what are the variables here? What are the variables here? First, I told you like $125 in Florida. In California, San Francisco, I have $175.
Okay.
But the projects are relatively bigger. So again, the money that you spent is going to bring you something, right?
Right.
And then you will just adjust, you will just understand the actual return on your investment. Those are the elements. How much you pay for an appointment, what's your close rate, divide that close rate
Right.
to your appointment that is going to give you, let's say 125, if you're closing 25% is going to give you $500.
Mm-hmm.
That's your cost to acquisition. How much money that you need to spend to get one customer, and then you will look at your customer, how much money they are bringing to you as a profit, then you will just create a ratio between those two, and you have your numbers, Alison.
Well, I need somebody else to do that. I remember when I had my company when I first started, because I was like, you know what? I want this and I'm going to do it and I'm just going to make it happen. And I was, they were talking about, what's your GPM? And I'm like, what's your gross profit margin? I'm like, what do you mean, what's my gross profit margin? And they were like, yeah, what's your gross profit margin? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never heard that before. And here I am,
Yeah.
20 years later, and I still have to remember the calculation to figure out your gross profit margin. But and I know what ROI is, return on investment. I'm getting down and jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so much to know.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my gosh. And that's why it's great that we have these platforms that we can meet other people and hire them to do it for us. You know, before it would be like, I don't know who to hire. I don't know who to do it. But now with all of this social networking and this online and everything going on with Zoom and Facebook and Instagram, you can really find people out there to do these things. And it doesn't matter where you live. So, you know, you can work in California, you can work in Florida, you can work in Europe. So you can get around, you know, but so it's great that you can do this nowadays. I think it boggles my mind because 20 years ago, we didn't have this.
Yes, exactly.
Have, you know, I should have invested in Facebook when it first came out. It was $33 a share.
Definitely.
My cousin did. But the virtual now, it really is amazing what you're able to do. So what do you have planned? Any good things coming up? Any plan? You're doing a webinar in your
Yes.
It's going to be on what? Tell us about that first.
Exactly. That's going to be September 10th. And we will talk about that, the Google ads. And that's really important. Google ads are really important just because, well, with SEO, you will build something day by day, right? Just your content, your blog post, and you know your own genuine words that you're putting on a website. That's going to help you for SEO. But for the Google ads, there is like a cat fight there on the top of the Google search engine result page. There's a cat fight there, and that cat fight will cause you to lose a lot of money.
Oh.
And I will share the best practices, how to put you up there and not spending a lot of money, how to book appointments for your design company or for your dealer, kitchen dealer. I'm gonna share some tips how to optimize that ads, what we just tested and what we believe it's working really good in our industry. And we'll also share some case studies that I give you some case studies a couple of minutes ago, like these return on investment type of case studies that we're going to share. whoever is just going to really learn more about this, learn more about, even if you're not even advertising yourself on Google Ads, uh, just talking to the designers and the dealer community here, they are leaving a portion of the leads and the profits and revenue and profits to their competitors, because they are there and they are doing that thing, and you're just sitting in your showroom or your office and waiting for people to walk in, or waiting for ring to just answer and
Right.
ring.
The phone.
So that's why that's going to help our companies, kitchen and bath companies, to put there efficiently. uh, I'm going to share my experience just because I made a lot of mistakes, Alison, because learning this, a lot of mistakes that I made. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
my clients just by saying, look, in the beginning, I made a lot of mistakes and invested a lot of your money. I'm sorry about that. We built this. So that's why I'm going to share those experiences. Whoever just want to come in and join us, they can go to rtamarketing.com. And right now, we didn't start the registrations, but just register for the old one. We will grab your email and we're going to send you the next invitation.
Okay. And so they're free webinars.
Those are all free webinars, exactly. Yes.
And what are they, like 20 minutes, a half an hour, an hour?
Probably it depends on, well, my webinar is probably 30 to 35 minutes, but what I really pay attention is like it's Q&A is really important, because
Right.
I'm there to answer questions, not for the presenting, right?
Okay.
And as soon as that I have more questions, I don't really mind. It's an hour or 2 hours.
Right.
People will come in and go out for the Q&A, but it's really important for these people who is there, who is live. I really want to answer all their questions about it.
Good. Oh, that's a great opportunity. And there's a lot of competition out there now, where it was 30 years ago, where there wasn't that many kitchen and bathroom places. There are a ton of them now, and we could all use expertise, putting it all together and marketing it and getting our businesses all to the next level and sustaining our businesses here. So thank you so much, Dennis. It was
Thank
really
you so much.
to speak with you and see you again outside of KBiz. I'm really glad we went to KBiz, because
Yes.
everything else is over.
That was the last event. Yeah.
I know. It's like 2020, the year that was not.
Yeah.
So I put it already, a link in the feed for people to go to www.rtamarketing.com, where they can register for webinars and find out more about your marketing and how you can help the designers become more profitable, more successful, and more well-known.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Dennis. Thank you
Thanks
very
so much for
much.
having me. Thanks so
Okay,
much.
you're welcome. And
Bye.
everybody, have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week, and be safe, be well, wash your filthy hands, and don't touch your face. Ciao for now.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.